Am I the a-hole for getting hurt and upset over a trick that my husband pulled? So me and my husband have been married for 5 years. We are currently female 24 and male 33. Way before we met, when I was 16, my mom's house had a house fire that burnt literally everything down, and sadly my childhood cat was also killed in it. I remember my mom and brother waking me up screaming, "Fire, fire, get up, get up." We crawled out under the smoke, and luckily my neighbors had already called the fire department, and they pulled us out. We lost literally everything. We were devastated. So that was a while ago, but it still really scares me. And I check outlets and our stove and candles and everything all the time. My husband knows this about me. So 2 nights ago, I went to bed early because I am currently 34 weeks pregnant, literally about to pop. I was sleeping for a while before, for some reason, my husband decided to wake me up by yelling, "Baby, there's a fire. Fire, fire, fire. Get up." As quick as I could get up at 34 weeks, I did, and grabbed my purse. I was just in automatic shock and just autopilot and knew I needed what to grab. I made it all the way down the stairs, yelling for my husband to follow me, before he started laughing and telling me it was a joke. It took a minute for that to process. I stood there with an open mouth while he laughed and ushered me down the rest of the stairs. I sat down on the couch and just started sobbing. It was genuinely the hardest I've ever sobbed. It's like I couldn't get myself to stop and my whole body was shaking. My heart was racing and I couldn't breathe. I have never had this experience before. I was genuinely so panicked. I was so fucking upset. My husband apologized and was like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. It was just a joke." I just cried until he eventually was like, "What the fuck, it was just a prank. This is really dramatic." After a few hours, I had calmed myself down and went to apologize to him. He wouldn't take it. He said I was being overdramatic and made him feel like shit for a harmless prank. So I guess, am I the a-hole? I've never been good at taking jokes. I've been trying to be less sensitive, but ick. Update. A month ago, I posted my first post, which is still up on my account. I was terrified and hurt and confused, and the comments really helped me sort through everything going on. A week later, I went into preterm labor and gave birth to my baby at 35 weeks. A week after that, my husband beat me unconscious when he caught me Googling the signs of an abusive marriage after he coerced me into sex a week postpartum. Today, I filed for divorce and secured a restraining order on him. My husband will never lay a hand on me or my baby ever again. I cannot confidently say that I would have made that decision without the help of my original post. So thank you so very much. I think maybe people do not realize how much you can help a stranger on the internet, but you can. And all of you did. I will be the woman who leaves after the first time. I will be the best mother I can be, and that starts with leaving him. Thank you. Story 2. 6 months postpartum. My fiancé tells me he, 26M, loves me less. How to navigate emotionally as a single parent. As the title says, I'm 27 female, 6 months postpartum with my beautiful son, my first and only. I've been with my fiancé, 26 male, for 6 years and I'm shattered. When I was pregnant, I started to notice my fiancé withdrawing from me emotionally and physically. For my birthday, 1 week before our son was born, he got me a Starbucks gift card, $25, that was the gift. For Mother's Day, he handed me a dead bouquet of flowers he left in the garage overnight without water, and a card that should have been made out to his own mother, not the mother of his child. We've had a dead bedroom since my pregnancy. I've communicated to him many times that I'd like for us to work on that. Of course, parents of newborns sometimes go through a roommate phase. I would communicate with him that I'm ready to get back to it. To no avail, he continues to lay in bed watching TikToks while I get our son down for bed. And that's that. Last night, I finally pushed for more direct communication around this feeling. Why is he no longer interested in intimacy? After he skirts around some excuses, he finally tells me, "I think you love me more than I love you." He explained that there are levels to love and that maybe we just are on different levels. I asked, "Has it always been that way?" To which he replies, "I guess I just love you less now." To say I'm shattered is kind of an understatement. If we're being honest, I saw it coming. I could feel it. I've spent my pregnancy and the last 6 months being the sole provider, especially financially, for our child. I juggle our baby while working from home. I do it all while my fiancé is out of town for work most of the time. He says infidelity isn't a part of this, but who knows? Our relationship was never like this before our son. Even though it's not necessarily my fault, I feel like I already failed as a mother and wonder what my son will think as he gets older. My fiancé stated he's hopeful we work through this, but I said I'm sorry. I can't just make you love me more. What's been said can't be unsaid, you know? 6 months postpartum, and I'm about to be a single mom at 27. Update. First, I want to thank everyone who commented on my original post. I mostly posted to vent, and I'm really glad I did. Now for the update. I decided to rip the Band-Aid off and end things. Engagement is ended. Relationship is ended. All of it. After dinner, our son was taking a nap, and I asked the fiancé when he planned on moving out. Long story short, I had him pack a bag and stay elsewhere tonight. He will start packing his belongings tomorrow. I realized that I can't do this. I can't forgive being told he loves me less. That's not the example or standard I want to set for my child as he grows. Love isn't something you need to beg for, work for, or pretend. To make it worse, I asked my fiancé if he felt this way when he got engaged last August, to which he said yes. I've just been lying to myself. This man had a baby with me and knew, possibly beforehand, that his heart wasn't in it, but didn't have the guts to tell me. So here we are, 6 years down the drain. I'm not sure if the reality of a child hit him, if infidelity is involved on his part, or if he lost attraction to me in the process of being pregnant. Could be all of the above, but I'll never know. And that's okay. I'm the primary provider for our son, and that won't change. Our son, 6 months, will remain living with me full-time, and my fiancé is welcome to visit son. We will work out an agreement to ensure he fulfills his financial obligation to our child, and I'm not afraid to pursue the legal route if needed. BM, 6 months postpartum. This is my first. And wow, it's been hard, but now I'm officially doing it solo and with the help of my mom. I'm doing the damn thing, and I'm going to do my best. Wish me luck. Thank you to everyone for the words of encouragement. Story 3. OP meets up with her ex, causing her current boyfriend to get upset at her. Hey everyone, I need your advice on a situation that happened to me last week. For some context, I was in a relationship with my ex for a year, but we broke up 7 years ago. I'm a female 27, my current boyfriend is 32, and my ex is also 27. Last week, out of the blue, my ex DM'd me just to check in, see how I was doing, and how life was treating me. Naturally, I told my boyfriend right away, and he said it was okay that my ex had reached out. From there, my ex and I continued messaging throughout the week. Eventually, we even planned to meet up on Saturday. However, I forgot to mention this to my boyfriend right away. When I realized, I told him that I might see my ex and asked how he felt about it. He said it was fine and that I could go. So, I met up with my ex on Saturday. Honestly, we had a really pleasant, positive time. We caught up on our lives, talked about our families, friends, and everything, but nothing more. I want to emphasize that there was absolutely nothing romantic or inappropriate on either side. It was very friendly, and I made sure to be respectful of my boyfriend throughout. We even agreed to stay in touch if needed, but strictly in a respectful, platonic way. When I got home, my boyfriend asked how it went, and I told him everything. But he reacted very negatively. He asked to see my phone, went through my entire conversation with my ex, and when he didn't find anything compromising, he seemed even more frustrated. We ended up having a huge argument, and now he's saying he doesn't trust me anymore, that I'm hiding things, that I'm being dishonest, and so on. I'm really confused. I feel like I did everything by the book, being honest and respectful, but my boyfriend's reaction has me questioning myself. Was I wrong to meet up with my ex? Should I have handled this differently? I'd really appreciate your thoughts and advice. Update. Hi everyone. A big thank you to those who were constructive in their responses. And to the others, well, it seems like some of you might be feeling a bit lonely. For those who want an update or more info, here's the follow-up. To clarify, my boyfriend is on good terms with all his exes and talks to them from time to time, which doesn't bother me at all. For those wondering how I'd react if the roles were reversed, I want to say that I have no issues with self-confidence or trust in our relationship, so I trust him 100%. My ex and I haven't spoken since. As for my boyfriend and me, Yes, we're still together. We had a thorough discussion. We talked about both his perspective and mine, and it turns out what bothered him the most was that I didn't share more details about the messages exchanged during the week. That being said, he had no problem with me going to see my ex. I even showed him the post and your comments, and he found your reactions quite intense. He also believes it's important to remember that communication is key in a relationship and that nobody is perfect. You have to work together to make it work. But don't worry, everything is great between us. We're happy and still very much in love. So it's a story with a happy ending.